Baby, wake up. 9 seconds. 2.88 million. 2 years in prison. A few minutes ago. Both entered the same fried chicken shop. A few minutes later. Model driver, 1 moment of negligence. Caused the death of the 2 grandchildren on the spot. But afterwards, the driver insisted that he didn't see anyone. So, why did the grandmother and grandson suddenly appear in front of the truck? And how did the accident happen? This incident occurred at the entrance of a fried chicken shop in Yangzhou, Zhejiang. When the police arrived at the scene after receiving the call, the grandmother and grandson, after being hit and dragged, had already lost their vital signs. Your reminder, the new card for heart disease is released to patients' hearts. The man crying loudly in the video is the little boy's grandfather. Today is grandson Xiao Yi's 10th birthday. The son, who works away from home all year round, and his wife are on their way back. In the morning, the grandmother took her grandson shopping for gifts. The grandfather had prepared a table full of delicious food at home, waiting for the family to reunite. Unexpectedly, what awaited them was a separation of life and death. The grandmother and grandson were run over by a large truck, their faces unrecognizable. So, how did the accident happen? At this moment, the owner of the fried chicken shop next door reported to the police. It's a surprising and coincidental situation. This truck is selling hamburgers. The woman with the child, no one approached her to start. He sent away love. He sent away. It turns out that before the incident, the grandmother and grandson, and the truck driver, entered the same fried chicken shop one after another. The grandmother and grandson went into the shop first and ordered some fried chicken. Following closely, the truck driver came in and ordered a hamburger. Because it takes a while for the fried chicken to be ready. So the truck driver walked out of the store with the burger first. Not long after, the grandmother and grandson came out. The sound of a collision and brakes were heard. Then, didn't the truck driver know there were people in front of the car? According to the truck driver's description, he has had a habit for many years. Every time before driving, he would walk in front of the car before entering the cab, in order to see if anyone was in front of the car. And he confirmed that the grandmother and grandson were not in front of the car at that time. That's why he started the vehicle and drove off. If he wasn't lying, were the grandmother and grandson trying to get the money, appearing suddenly in front of the truck? The police retrieved the relevant surveillance video. From the video footage, we can see that the truck driver did go around the front of the car before entering the cab vehicle. There was indeed no one in front of it. However, only 9 seconds passed. Just as the car shook and finished starting, the grandmother and grandson appeared in the frame. The grandmother was pushing the electric scooter and passing in front of the car, intending to cross the crosswalk. But unexpectedly, they entered the blind spot of the truck. The truck started up at this moment and ran over the 2 people directly. According to the investigation, the truck driver's last name is Sun. He is 32 years old this year. Although young, he is an experienced driver with 10 years of experience driving trucks. He has been rated as a model driver in the company's fleet for many years. According to the police investigation, Sun has not had any traffic violations in the past 3 years. On the day of the incident, Sun drove for a whole morning, didn't eat a single bite of food. So he hurriedly parked the truck on the crosswalk. He bought 2 hamburgers as quickly as possible. He intended to eat both hamburgers while driving. Unexpectedly, due to this negligence, such a tragedy occurred. Finally, the police determined the responsibility for this accident. The truck driver, Mr. Sun, parked illegally and did not pay attention to the pedestrians around, resulting in the death of 2 people. He bears full responsibility for this accident. After the insurance company paid 2.6 million yuan, Mr. Sun, feeling guilty, took out another 280,000 yuan to compensate Xiao Yi's family. But no amount of money can bring back the lives of the two. Xiao Yi's parents wanted to come back to celebrate their son's birthday. Unexpectedly, a happy occasion turned into a funeral. And truck driver Mr. Sun will not only be unable to take the driver's license test again within 10 years, but also faces 2 years in prison for the crime of traffic accident. Lao Mao reminds again. Stay at least 3 meters away from large trucks. Be sure to pay attention to the surroundings before driving. What are your thoughts on this matter? Help! Our car was suddenly hit violently by a heavy truck from behind. In an instant, the car was crushed from both front and back, smashed into a pancake. The family of 3 inside the car died on the spot. However, after the accident was handled, something even more infuriating for the deceased's family happened. So, what exactly happened? November 15, 2017. The police in Liuzhou, Guangxi, received a call from the public, claiming a tragic traffic accident had occurred on the Guiliu section of the Quanan Expressway. The police immediately rushed to the scene. As soon as they arrived at the scene, the horrific scene was heartbreaking for the traffic police. The 2 large trucks were tightly connected. If it weren't for the reminder from the people nearby, the police wouldn't have discovered it either, that a small car was sandwiched between the 2 trucks. The police officer looked at the scene before him and couldn't help but worry for the people inside the car. The driver's compartment and the entire car had been severely deformed. However, what was even more heart-wrenching was that there were 3 people trapped inside. Their lives were uncertain. Then, the firefighters also arrived at the scene of the accident and quickly began rescue efforts. After more than 20 minutes of intense rescue, the firefighters pulled out 2 men from the driver's seat and the front passenger seat respectively. A woman was removed from the back seat. Unfortunately, the 3 people in the car showed no signs of life. The police immediately sent the bodies to the judicial authority for a cause of death assessment. The results showed that the 3 people in the car all died due to severe head injuries. Subsequently, the police learned from the information in the car that the 3 people in the car were from Guilin, Guangxi. The driver of the car was named Li, and in the passenger seat and the back seat were his father and his mother. The 3 of them were originally planning to go out for a trip, but they didn't expect such an accident to happen on the way. So how did this accident happen? In order to find out the truth of this tragic accident, the police found the driver of the truck behind, Liu, to question him. But the driver Liu was always vague with the police. Liu said, at the time of the incident, the car in front suddenly slowed down. This is what caused him to be unable to brake in time and crashed into it. However, the traffic police discovered from the driving recorder that before the incident, the car driven by Li was traveling in the fast lane of the highway. About a minute later, the road ahead became congested. Seeing this, Li immediately slowed down and prepared to stop. But just as he was about to stop the car, he was suddenly hit by a truck from behind. Upon seeing the video, Liu stopped trying to argue his way out. He admitted to his crime. It turned out Liu was distracted while driving. He didn't notice the vehicles in front of him while driving. He steered towards the fast lane to avoid something. But he didn't expect Li Hua's car to stop. He didn't react in time and crashed directly into it. Afterwards, the police also inspected Liu's vehicle. They discovered that the truck's brakes also had problems. Finally, the police determined the responsibility for this accident. The driver of the semi-trailer truck, Mr. Liu, bears full responsibility for this accident. He was sentenced to 3 years and 6 months in prison and compensated the victim's family 70,000 yuan. But this tragic story did not end there. The deceased's uncle, Li Chunlin, while sorting through the belongings, suddenly discovered that Li Hua had purchased a high-value insurance policy. The beneficiaries were Mr. Li's parents. It clearly stated that if the insured within 30 years, the insured person had an accident and was without any fault, they will receive compensation of 2 million. So Mr. Li's uncle gathered Li's for uncles and aunts. They prepared to go to the insurance company to claim compensation. But when claiming compensation, the insurance company refused to pay. The insurance company directly used the death of the beneficiary as a reason to refuse to pay this huge sum of money. This infuriated Li Chunlin's family. The death of his nephew, Li, was indeed an accidental event according to the insurance policy. And since they could inherit Li Hua's property, why couldn't they inherit this insurance policy? Li Liangchun, Li Liaojuan's for uncles and aunts, together, decided to sue the insurance company. Subsequently, the court heard this compensation case. The court ruled in favor of the plaintiffs, Li Sheng, and 4 others. Because Li Sheng, as the only heir of the deceased's father, received 1 million in insurance money. The other 4 members each received 250,000 yuan. The case ended there. What are your thoughts on this case? Welcome to leave a comment in the comment section.